Hello and welcome to Real Hi-Fi Help. I just want to quickly show you guys what I've done with my room. So I've got my listening position here, very good chair. Got my guitars over there, piece of furniture. The reason why I'm showing you guys this is because I've created a time lag in my room. So let me just go back so you guys can see it. Notice the chairs over there, how they're a bit off and not really fitting to the rest of the room. That's a time lag. If I would take those chairs away, the waves from the speakers here would quickly hit this metal radiator, as you guys can see. And that would be bad. That would mean that the sound would be bright and harsh. Same with the speakers. These are my old speakers. Can you see that there's a wooden door behind here? That's gonna reflect sound pretty badly off the wall. It's gonna make it sound very bright and harsh. I've also got this thing here that I've created. You can see this whole base here. If I remove that chair, sound travels a lot faster. So what I've really done here is this is like, this I think $5 chair from a flea market, and this one over here, those are my sound absorption panels or bass what do you call it, bass trap or whatever. That's basically what they are. And so I don't have to use several thousands of dollars on treating the room. I just do that, and look, art, cheap art, that's also good sound reflection. Cheap art. If I take all of this art down here, if I take it down, I create a very naked, soulless room that is very modern and will make everything sound just mechanical and technically more correct. It just will lose a hell of a lot of the soul. So we've got reflections coming in from the side here. It's bouncing off this thing, bouncing off this area here. But at least I have some kind of a natural lag with these things and this here. And, this thing at the back, you wouldn't think so, but this radiator here, I'm just blocking it with this chair. I've got some curtains here and here, not the best curtains. I've also got a thing that bounces off the where the waves bounce off, the glass here, look. I've also got, glass cabinet here. That's not good for sound. So all of this stuff that I've done, the wooden floors give it also more of a natural feel. All of that creates a natural lag. And notice this, look here. Can you see this? Natural lag. I've actually tested the sound. If I don't have this here, it just quickly bounces off the signal. It hits the glass surface, it hits that. All of these small details, they really, really, really matter. And look, I even put a lamp thingy right here. And look, you might not think it works, but it does. Look behind the chair. That actually helps a tiny bit. So just to let you guys know that those small things create a huge difference. And even if I remove this chair here and put it right here, it's slightly different somehow. And especially if I move that chair and this chair and this chair, it's like sound almost comes to me, I don't know, 1.2 or 3 times faster, and it just doesn't settle. It just goes whoop, whoop, whoosh, impressive, hi-fi show. All of these things just makes it go like that. It just unloads in a more human way, where it just goes do, and then do, and it just becomes more beautiful. You actually get to own the sound, so you don't have to have this hi-fi store acoustic. So I hope this really helps you guys. And also notice this thing here, this beam that came with the house. that actually also helps deflect the sound. And what I did before, probably told you guys in a different video, I once made a test where I just put a plastic wall up here, and I went down there behind me up to that wall, and I filled the entire spot out with plastic. It was very interesting because I basically halved the room, and it created a totally different sound. Where when you halve the room, you maintain a hell of a lot more of pressure in the sound, and because it was plastic and not a really hard material, you know, it was like loose plastic hanging there. The sound just became a lot more, what do you call it? Yeah, it just became a lot more warm, a lot more voluptuous. Everything was just a lot better controlled. Where in this giant room that I have, it feels as if the whole pressure is kind of let go, not quite contained. So that could be interesting for you guys to try. Putting a plastic wall up. You know that plastic that you have inside the wall? I can't remember what it's called. But if you set that up behind you, you'll be surprised when you make a room about half as big. Suddenly your entire sound just goes in a completely different direction. Many times giving it a hell of a lot more bass control, making the bass, the mid-range, the treble work more together as one. And you just feel like when you're in this position, you're like, it's like you're just being pressured almost against the wall. It's a nice feeling when you haven't had that for a while. One of my family members told me that he doesn't quite like that because he just feels like he's being pressed against the wall. I mean, some people like that. I liked it because, you know, there's 11 meters from that speaker here to all the way behind that wall. 11 meters, you know, and that sucks a lot of the bass out and kind of deflates a bit like a balloon. So you could actually make this room function in two different modes by not changing anything on the sound equipment over there, but just by putting up a temporary plastic wall here, see-through plastic wall. It probably cost you like $10 or so putting up that plastic. But try and do that one day. If it's at all possible, try and set up some kind of temporary plastic wall. It's amazing how much it changes the sound. And many times it will actually make the sound a hell of a lot better. So, yeah, that's all for today. And remember to like and subscribe. Bye.